Maggie, what are your thoughts on the role of creativity in well-being?
So these are two really big concepts, but the first thing that came to my mind was the myth of the starving artist. You kind of
Mm,
see this usually man, like hunched over his desk or easel, cold, ragged clothes. He's not exactly the picture of well-being. Um,
mm,
but then I was also reminded of Elizabeth Gilbert's book called Big Magic, and she has a more realistic view of what an artist can be once he sort of gets rid of that starving artist myth about him or herself. And she really values curiosity as a way to approach the creative process. So, not passion, which she says is really unsustainable, but approaching our lives and our inspiration with a sense of curiosity and a beginner's mind, which I really like because it's a gentler approach, where we open our hearts to being inspired and asking ourselves, um, do I want to take what the universe is giving me and make something of it? Or do I want to say, no, it isn't the time for me to take this nugget of inspiration from you, and I'm going to let it go to someone else, another author.
mm,
Um, so creativity and well-being in my own life sort of takes that more curious approach. I am a big believer in the sensory life, in listening to what my body is telling me. So I take a lot of inspiration walks. If there's
mm,
a big question I have about like a poetry project, or I'll just write poems on my neighborhood walks. I'll seek out public art in my life just
mm,
to put myself in places where I can be inspired and environments that will nurture me. So it's very intentional, but also lots of spontaneous moments, I think, happening in my own creative life. But I think you have to have a relaxed body, produces a relaxed mind,
mm,
where you're able to have that very romanticist idea of being a vessel or a light in which truth or beauty can move through you. Um,
mm.
that's a very highfalutin way to talk about creativity, and I don't really like to do that. But um, I do believe that any art making or creativity is quite a physical act, and so that mind body connection is really important. Yeah.